From the hollers and hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Boom! It wasn't supposed to rain today, but it's sure looking like it's going to. So let's get in here and get some stuff done. Check everything out. Not that y'all haven't had updates already, but today's a new day and I'm just going to combine two videos into one. So first stop, the longboard. She's almost touching the ground. I'd say by the end of the day she'll be touching. So there she is. She's my giant. She's my giant longboard. Yes, she is. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. And then I got this old gal over here, a couple old gals over here doing their thing. Jingling, jingling, jingling. And this old girl over here. And so we've been carefully checking her out every day. So far, so good. I've already checked on her. Had to run inside real quick and get some stuff done. But I had my tools and everything here, but I've checked her. She looks good. She's doing good. Got to do a little bit of maintenance on the plant today, so we'll do that. And basically just trimming off anything that don't need to be, and may even try to spray some stuff for powdery mildew, because we're getting little spots here and there on this plant. You see, like right here. So I don't want that. Don't want no powdery mildew. I mean, it really, at this late in the game, you know, September, what's it going to hurt? Not much, but don't want it. You know, don't want it at all. Rather not be in my patch and stuff. So we're going to kill it out the best we can. So let's go over and take a look at the 1883 bike. Somehow the sheets blowed off of this one. I don't know why, I don't know how, but they did. That's aggravating. But nevertheless, she's pretty. Get that bee off of her. Go on. Need you on over here. Alright. I also meant to look at Kira's pumpkin yesterday and I didn't. I really need to look at it. Well, let's just take a look at everything. Look here. And I mean, it's looking alright. Yeah, no worse than it usually does. I know y'all probably can't tell, but it's not too bad. I mean, I'm used to it being a lot worse. So, anyhow, let's see here. Nothing over here. Can y'all imagine if this plant would have been able to have been buried upright and everything, what this plant would have produced, it'd have been crazy. It would have been really nuts what this plant would have done if I would have been able to have done what I wanted to with it and not had so many issues. Been meaning to show y'all the stump. So here's that. Here's the stump. She's about blowed in half. There's all that stuff I was telling you about to come out of her. Look at all that garbage. Just crazy looking. I wish the camera would do what I wanted. Crazy looking stuff. See all that crap, crud? It's gone. I mean, you can tell there, it's ain't nothing there. See there? And it is gone. Blowed plumb off. But everything else is growing and intact. So and this right here held up real nice. Held up really good. I need to get that pumpkin out of here. Go in here and take a look at Care Bear's. See what hers is looking like. Jaden's been trying to find, yeah, look at all this underneath here. It's all kinds of powder mildew on the underleaves. So definitely got to spray something in here today. I thought we were good. I thought we were in the clear, but evidently not. Oh, man. It's growing good. It's bigger than anybody else's, but my name's getting kind of scrolly there. Let me see if I can fix her. She's gonna be upset if that don't clear up. Now her name's all kind of blurry looking from it, where the vines were brushing up against it. She's growing quick though. I mean, very fast. So I don't doubt that that pumpkin will reach 100 pound plus. I'd say it's already close to 30. So, and Jaden's and Malachi's are growing quick too. So. Yeah. Alright. I think we need to cut that pumpkin off though. So we'll cut this one off. I mean, we got to get in here. Look at all this. That's all this stuff here. Yeah, that's got to go. We need to spray today. Alright, Vanna. Get in there and pull back her sheets. She's a biggin'. She's a biggin' and she's a pretty-un. Let's measure, see what she's measuring. Got this secondary laying down on the ground, ready to run. So I'm gonna get her running and hopefully growing and producing some weight on this old girl here. We shall see if it has any effect at all, but she is grafted. It did take. So it's solid graft. You can feel it, solid. And it heals up even more every day. So I'm just gonna leave it be. Don't mess with it too awful much. This here is just about done, I think. We're gonna leave it be for now and continue to monitor it. This one here, done. It's gone. Ain't nothing left here. On that one, I don't know why it would be dead, but it is. So, anyhow, let's get her a measurement and see what she's measuring. Okay, guys. So what we have here, let me zoom y'all out. All right, we've got our 4 foot or so long piece of secondary or tertiary, probably a tertiary. And what we are going to do is we are going to measure back from the stem back up the main vine, and then we're going to go into the main vine and graft this into it, and then hopefully have enough after that graft heals, we'll be able to put this secondary or tertiary into the pumpkin and graft it into the pumpkin stem as we have right there. Planning to go in right there at where we have the juncture for the main vine. That's the plan. Hopefully that this will heal up in several days, and then we'll be able to put in a new main vine into the fruit, I hope. So without further ado, let's get this cracking. I'll have to show you what I've done in steps, so because I can't do both. I can't video and do it at the same time. Starting to rain, so I've got to kind of hurry this along. I had to cut several of the leaves off of that tertiary, the bigger ones, because they wouldn't fit under the table here. No big deal. We'll just do what we got to do to make it happen. Cut that one off there. And out this old leaf. All right, now we want to kind of clean this up some right here. Make sure we have a good clean area of operation. This right here is looking pretty gnarly there. Got that crap out of there. There we go. Get that garbage out. Just clean it all up. Make sure we have a good clean area. And we will spray our bleach solution on all this as well. Just want to make sure we have a good clean area. We don't want any issues anywhere near where this is going to happen. So it's going to take place right here is where we're going to insert the graft. So first things first, spray it down like so. Now the next thing we're going to do is bring this back here like so. Actually, come on, buddy. Just going to pitch it off to the side there for now, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Now, what I want to do is I want to have that graft come in there just like that, because these roots that we have here, all these roots, I want to bury those and see if they don't maybe help to get the graft going. Now, all we got to do is make a place right about in there for that to set in. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to mark it there. I want some pressure on it, so there's that. Now we need it to go in like so. Cut it. It's underneath the table, the little table that we've got set up for the fan, so it should help keep it somewhat dry. Plug it right in like that. I'm hoping. Yeah, hang on, let me clear it out just a touch more. Don't need a lot out, just a little bit. Okay, that should heal up. I thought we would bury that, but I didn't go in on the side because I was, after looking at it, I got a little afraid there to put it in on the side, so I went on the top. So we'll leave it like that for now. We'll leave it alone. I am going to bury that note over there, though. So get a little bit of dirt here. If I can get any dirt, might not be able to get any dirt at all. That's a black cow I can put on over there. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to get something to kind of wrap that up, maybe like some cellophane or something. Put a little bit of black cow on it now. This out of the way. So this dirt on that might get right there. That's all it needs. Right there like that. Should be all we need right there. I'm gonna cover this cord there a little bit. Alright, now that should help make it take. Everything else, this right here, we're gonna get some cellophane, wrap it around that to keep it. I don't know, cellophane might not be the best thing. Coming up with something else. I'm gonna think about what we can use on that to help it stay right there. Anyhow, that's what we're gonna do, and then what we'll do, I'll have to show you what I come up with for that, but eventually when that heals up, hopefully if it heals up, what I want to do is I want to take the vine, I'm going to cut this part off, and then I'm going to insert, I'm going to make it go into this main right here at the end of it. We'll just open it up some and just, you know, to the size of the end of the vine. However big the diameter of that vine ends up being, you know, round, we'll insert it into the end of this pumpkin here, and hopefully that will make a graft that way. And how I'm going to hold it, I'm going to use toothpicks that will be inserted into the stem, and then toothpicks that'll be inserted on the end of the vine, and then when you push it together, the toothpicks will kind of hold it there, you know, and allow that junction to take place. We'll also rig up a system to keep forward pressure on that, so the pressure on the vine, it pushing forward into the stem makes it want to stay connected. So that's what we're going to do. Stay tuned for future videos on all this and how this shakes out and happens. It's getting ready to rain, so I'm going inside. This pumpkin over here got big last night. Look at that thing come to life, everybody. That's what I like to see. All right, everything else is looking pretty good. Take a deeper look here in a little bit. All right, I think I'm going to, I don't know, kind of torn. I'd rather pull this thing out of here or leave it. It may have grown some more. Let me get a tape on it. All right, guys. So it's 257.7. So it's not no giant. I mean, it's a big pumpkin, but it's not a giant pumpkin. So I mean, there's lots of issues going on with it. It's really hard to keep it going because it's got all these issues with it. And you can see it's still pouring the sap. It's a good pumpkin. It's a good fruit. I mean, but as much air as I have to keep on this, as damp as it kind of keeps this area here, I just don't know. I mean, you gotta think. Today's DAP 57, I think, and DAP 46. It was 230 some pounds. Today is 257.7. It's like 236 point something on day 46, and today it's DAP 57, and it's 257 measuring. So I mean, it's not growing tremendously. Might push it to 300 by the end of the year, if even that. I mean, that's 10 days at only that amount of growth, 20 some pounds. I mean, 10 more days probably put you at 270 something, 10 more days at 290 something, and then 10 more days after that be maybe over 300 in a month. Maybe a month it'd be over 300. So it's not a lot of weight. It's not going anywhere. The only thing it's going to produce for me is going to be seeds. It would be nice to get a weight on it and see exactly what it did weigh, but it's not necessary. It's just a big old gal. I mean, I could probably pick it up with something. Maybe I'll wait. I don't know what to do. Almost would wait to get my. Nah, I could probably pull the winch up over the thing there and lift it up there somehow. Maybe. Yeah, I might be able to put two straps underneath it, two lifting straps underneath this one, and then hook it up to my scale and the winch and pull it. I don't know if it'll work or not though. Might be able to get it up that way. Certainly try. I'm looking up there at the A-frame, the lifting apparatus. Might do that. I might be able to do that. Let's see. Guys, I'm gonna go through here. I'll snip all this mane off so you guys can look at it. I'm gonna work all the way down through there. And once I get it cleared off, I'll show you what it looked like and everything. We'll kind of break this down, and then we'll do some measuring on it and everything, and then we'll pull it up out of here. So here's the mane. Stump has been a tremendous stump. It's not been covered, not the first time this year. Not saying that you shouldn't cover them. I'm just saying this one hasn't been covered, okay? Partially it's on a downhill slope, so it does dry off a little quicker than normal ones would, like say down in there maybe. But it still could have had a foaming stump and it hasn't. It does stay kind of damp up in here. So that is one part. The next part is, you can see down through here, we were good for a single mane up until about right here. And when we got to about right here, in this area here, we started turning into a triple. And then it really went back. You see there, it went back, to a weird looking skinny vine, and then went back to a triple again. Here's where I cut it. And this right here is what it's been growing off of. When I say it's had a messed up vine, main vine, it's been messed up the entire time. And you can see why. It did not have a solid vine. That is not but about, 3/8 of an inch thick. And so it was nowhere near growing everything. I would say the majority of what it has grown from has been right here at this juncture where it blew the stump right here, or excuse me, this node right here, it blew for some reason. I don't know why, but it did. And we got it healed up and cleaned up and going again. And then we set fruit. And you can see we have one secondary here, which they're not very long secondaries. Two, here's the secondaries. There's one right there, the whole secondary. Not even as tall as me. There's one secondary. Two secondaries. Okay, they ain't been cut. You can see they've not been cut. They just quit. They just stopped. Okay. Let me see here. 4 secondaries. It stops right there. Okay, there's your 4th one. 5, 6, 5 and 6 and 7 are running down that way, and they're almost to the fence. Here's another one. So you got 1, 2, 3. This one here, this one. So really you only had this one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this one right here, 7. You had 7 good secondaries on it. That decent. They weren't good, they were decent. That ran. This one run over here. You can see it kind of all up in this cluster right here of grass that I just let go because I couldn't cut it and the vine. So anyhow, and then you had all this down through here, which we're getting ready to pull up and let the field pumpkins take all this now once we pull this plant. But you can see it didn't have a lot of plant. I'll measure it for you so you can get exact measurements, but it's not much. Okay, guys, you can see hooked down there on the pumpkin vine right at the stem. Okay, and right here, 9 foot. 9 foot is all that pumpkin had. 9 foot main. Okay, you can see it. See if I can zoom you in down there. See? Let's hook that down there. So it had a 9 foot, roughly 9 foot main. All right, so not a real huge main. Now, I'm gonna say that these other secondaries weren't, 2, 3 foot long. Some of them might have been 4 foot. Let's go down here, kind of see where our, we know that's 9 foot right there. And the last of these is right here. Right there, you can see where I terminated them right there. They're all terminated right there on that size right there. Let me see if I can zoom you in there to the tip of my tape. You can see it there. Right there's where I terminated them all. They're all terminated right there. So that's 9 foot from the pumpkin to the main. Oh goodness, I'm gonna pull tape. There we go. And we're in line with the stem right now. 6 foot. And to be in line with the stem, you're about 77 inches to be in line with the stem. And back you out here. See there, and there's where we're at, about in line with the stem. So that's 9 foot and then 6. I got 15 foot. Oh come on, worth of vine on this side. So let's get you a square foot on that and get a rough estimate about how many square feet this plant was. So it's 4 foot wide right here, okay, and 15 foot long, 60 square foot. So even my 80 to 85 square foot plant was off by quite a bit because I hadn't really measured. I was just kind of like eyeballing it and putting numbers in, and so the actual square footage was 60 square foot for this plant, and you can see it's 15 foot wide, or excuse me, 15 foot long, 4 foot wide. It's a 9 foot from the main to the pumpkin. So yeah, it's not it didn't have very much. It might even been less than that if you take other things into consideration, like the main does not go 15 foot. The main's only 9 foot. I measured the length of these secondaries and gave it, this secondary here is probably, that right there is at least 18 inches away from the stump. But I still included it as 15 foot long, okay? So you might even be less than that. You might be looking at like 50 to 55 square foot if you did it a little bit more in depth looking. But about 60 square foot is all that it had to grow on, and it grew a 257.7 pound fruit by tape that we are going to try to now pull out of here and actually go get a real weight on it this evening. So let's get her out of here and clean up all this mess and get her out, and then we'll start giving the field pumpkin. See how the field pumpkin's wanting to come up through here? We'll give it the field pumpkin all this up here to root in and do what it wants to do. Might even till it up a little bit to freshen it up some. So, all right, guys, let's get it done. Boy, it looks a lot different, don't it? All right, you see here, main's been pulled. Or stump, rather. Got some good roots down there. Look at these roots. Some nice looking roots. They were doing some work. For sure, for sure, for sure. All right, so let me see here. Get this out of the way. Set it down here. Put it on that stump here in a minute. Let it blow on the stump for the rest of the year there. Maybe. Stand. There we go. All right, and then I'll put that over here on that. Okay, let's see here. How are we gonna pull this thing out of here? Cut it off. And let me cut some more vines off here. I just wanted to show y'all what it looked like. So, all right, let's get to doing some more work. Here comes the rain. So it's gonna be a good one too. I can hear it. So I'm done. I'm gonna set the fan here to maybe work. It's unplugged. Let me get them set up and stuff, and everything. But we appreciate you watching. We'll see you tomorrow right here in the Hollers and Hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button, that notification bell. Don't get the
Good job. Here you go. Thank you.
Don't get the
Don't forget to share. Yep. There you go. Good job. And subscribe.
subscribe.